On election night in January, Labor leader Anastasia Palaszczuk surprised even her own supporters with a narrow victory over the LNP.
Who would have thought 3 years ago we would be making history tonight?
It was a stunning reversal from the previous election in 2012, when the ALP was reduced to fewer than 10 MPs.
Can I congratulate our new Labor members of Parliament? There's a lot more than 9.
Among the fresh faces on Anastasia Palaszczuk's team was Billy Gordon, an Indigenous representative for the far north Queensland electorate of Cook.
I think the people of Cook have been left wanting when it comes to representation, when it comes to standing up for issues for people that really matter.
But Billy Gordon was harbouring a secret that could now see Labor lose its grip on power just months after marching into office.
The whole Billy Gordon affair couldn't have come at a worse time. It'd be embarrassing for the Palaszczuk government if they had a 10-seat majority, but for them to be in minority government, it's just not an embarrassment. It is actually getting close to crisis.
Mr. Speaker, it upsets me to have to stand in this House and divulge to members details of such a personal nature.
The first of a long list of indiscretions was revealed to Parliament last week after Billy Gordon's former partner accused him of dodging child support payments.
In response, I have moved to immediately rectify my tax affairs, and I have also ensured any outstanding child support payment have been made to my ex-partner to put this issue beyond doubt.
The Premier appeared satisfied with his response.
Today, the member for Cook has dealt with those issues and he has made a full and frank explanation in this House.
But there was more to the story.
And there's a growing storm around a government MP.
With the media and opposition already circling, Billy Gordon was forced to come clean on his criminal past, including charges of break and enter, breach of probation, public nuisance, unlicensed driving, and an apprehended violence order served against him after a complaint by his mother.
Whilst they may not have disqualified him from being considered as a Member of Parliament, certainly they are a window into his character.
Late Friday, fresh allegations of domestic violence were levelled against him.
I'm appalled, I'm shocked, and I feel sick in the stomach.
Billy Gordon today resigned from the Labor Party. The Premier wants him to quit Parliament too.
The non-disclosure, to look me in the face and to be dishonest, there's no second chance.
Billy Gordon was undergoing eye surgery today, but issued a statement overnight, casting himself as a reformed man.
I recognise that my own personal circumstances are no excuse for my non-disclosure. However, from this troubled and fractured past, I've managed to piece together a positive and constructive life.
Should he resign?
Well, Mr. Gordon now has to consider his future.
If Billy Gordon does decide to quit Parliament, it would trigger a by-election in his traditionally safe Labor seat of Cook. It's a contest the ALP can't afford to lose.
You'd have to say that Labor would be the favourite to take that seat back, and I think that's probably one of the reasons why the Palaszczuk government's been so keen to say, let's get a by-election, let's sort it out, to give us that certainty.
It was always inevitable that there would be certain scandals engulfing this government, particularly when the only criteria they use around selecting candidates is what union they're in.
They do ask candidates, do you have any skeletons in your closet? And of course, not everyone's forthcoming, not everyone's terribly honest, and you do see candidates slip through the net.
This is Billy, he's our candidate. Hello, how are you?
But Billy Gordon slipped through the net twice. He was also Labor's candidate for the electorate of Leichhardt in the 2013 federal election.
This is a seriously good bloke.
The party needs to have a thorough review. The party needs to have a thorough review of their selection process.
If the embattled member for Cook chooses to remain in Parliament as an independent, both major parties say they will refuse his vote. But his presence in the House will be an unwelcome distraction for Labor, with the opposition now questioning what the Premier knew and when.
She cannot say she didn't know about the current problems, the current very serious issues around family violence and non-payment of child support and those sorts of things.
I know that Lawrence Springborg wants to continue playing the wrecker in this, but I have been completely upfront, completely transparent.
Parliament won't sit again until May, but there will be little reprieve for Anastasia Palaszczuk and her fledgling minority government.
Clearly the LNP is still sniffing blood. I think Mr Springborg, the opposition leader, hasn't given up the ghost quite yet. He perhaps still thinks he can be Premier.